call is now being recorded.
Okay, hope you can see my screen. Okay, today we will discuss the first order differential equation and experiment number 5. So this is experiment number 5. So far we have completed 4 experiments. Okay, last class we have completed the 4th experiment also. And now we will go to the 5th experiment. So 5th experiment is dealing with a differential equation and the solution. How to find out the solution of differential equation. How can we find out the solution of differential equation? So here we are talking about, first we are talking about a first order differential equation. So you all have studied what is a differential equation and what is a first order, what is a second order differential equation. Also in your mathematics class you have studied how to find out the solution, how to solve for the solution for say, differential equation, first order and second order differential equation. Okay, so just a recap of that. First order differential equation. What do you mean by a first order linear equation or first order differential equation? Okay, that first order means here you can see is an example. So this is a general format. Dy by dx plus f of x into y is equal to g of x. Dy by dx plus f of x into y is equal to g of x. Here you can see a derivative term, dy by dx. This is a derivative term. And what is the degree of this particular term? It is 1. So that is why it is called as first order differential equation. So if it is d square y by dx square, then it is a second order differential equation. Isn't it? So this dy by dx term, the power is 1. Okay, the order is 1. So this is a first order differential equation, or dy by dx plus f of, this is the general form of first order differential equation. Dy by dx plus f of x into y is equal to g of x. And then what is this f of x and g of x? You might be knowing that. What is that? F of x and g of x, they are functions of x. They can be functions of x. And these functions, f and g, they are functions. They are functions of x means these f and g are dependent only on x. Isn't it? These are dependent only on x. So that is functions of x. F and g are only dependent on x value. We are differentiating y with respect to x here, dy by dx. Isn't it? And there is one more condition. F and g may not be functions, it can also be a constant. So both f and g can be functions of x. It depends only on x, or it can be a constant. So both f and g can also be constants like 3, 2, 1, etc. Okay, so this is the general format of a first order differential equation. Dy by dx plus f of x into y is equal to g of x. I hope this is clear. Now we will see an example here. Dy by dx plus 5y is equal to 0. Okay, here what is the value of f? The value of f is 5, isn't it? Here because dy by dx plus f of x into y, that is the format, f of x into y. So f into y, f of x into y. So here f is a constant term. What is that constant term? 5. So f is equal to 5 here. And what is g value? G value equal to f of x into y equal to g of x. Isn't it? Equal to g of x. What is g value? G value equal to 0. So this is the first order differential equation. And what happens to here? Dy by dx is equal to 3xy plus 8. This is another first order differential equation. So you can rearrange the terms like this. Dy by dx, you can bring this 3xy to left hand side. Dy by dx minus 3xy is equal to 8. You can rearrange the term. So what is f? F is actually minus 3x. F is actually minus 3x. And what is g? G is actually 8. So g is a constant, whereas f is a function of x here in this particular example. Next, the third example. We will see the third example. The third example, dy by dt. Okay, here the independent variable is t. Dy by dt. Here the independent variable is t. With respect to t, we are differentiating. Okay, dy by dt minus cos t into y equal to e raised to t. So what is f? f is equal to minus cos t. What is g? G term is equal to e raised to t. Both f and g are functions of t. Both f and g are functions of t. And here in this particular example, t is the independent variable. And we are differentiating y with respect to t. So f and g are both are functions of the independent variable t. I hope this much is clear. Okay, if this is clear, you can put a message in the chat box. If that is clear, you can post a message in the chat box. Is that clear? Is that clear? Okay, thank you. Okay, so we will continue with that. That means the value of y, isn't it? Because we are differentiating y with respect to an independent variable x, or dy by dx, or dy by dt. Okay, so we need to find out what is the final solution or the value of y. Okay, the general solution of differential equation. Okay, and here this is a simple demonstration of how we can find out the solution of a differential equation. Suppose if f of x and g of x are both constant, as I have already seen in the example, suppose if f and g, they are both constants, then the linear equation is separable. Okay, so we can find out easily the value or the solution. So if such a case happens, like if f and g are both constant, if f and g are both constant, then the linear equation is separable. So we can do that. Okay. So here, this is just an example for illustration. You can try out your own examples. Okay. Dx by dt plus 2x is equal to 0. This is a first order differential equation. Isn't it? This is a first order differential equation. Dx by dt plus 2x is equal to 0. Here, what is the value of f? F equal to 2. What is the value of g? G is equal to 0. Okay, so both f and g, they are constants. Both f and g, they are constants, isn't it? So this is very simple for solving. This differential equation is a very simple equation for solving. If both f and g are constant, this is separable. So it is easier to find out the solution. Okay, so just dx by dt, you can bring the term minus 2x to right hand side. Okay, 2x to right hand side. So it will become dx by dt, just for rearranging dx by dt equal to minus 2x. Isn't it? Then I am again rearranging this. Dx is equal to, keeping dx on the left hand side, dx is equal to minus 2x dt. Can I write it like this? Okay, correct. Okay, dx is equal to minus 2x into dt. Okay, then I am bringing the x term combined because we need to integrate this. So I am bringing the x term on one side. Okay, so dx by x, I can rearrange again. Dx by x is equal to minus 2 dt. Isn't it? Dx by x is equal to minus 2 dt. Now integrate on both sides. Integrate on both sides. So what will you get? Integrate dx by dx is equal to integral of minus 2 dt. So what is integral dx by dx? You are integrating with respect to x, isn't it? You are integrating with respect to LHS. You are integrating this term with respect to dx or with respect to x, isn't it? So integral of 1 by x. What is integral of 1 by x? Integral 1 by x is log x or ln x. Log of x or ln. Ln stands for log. Log to the base e. So generally we are speaking log to the base e. Okay, so ln x is equal to minus 2 integral of 1. Integral of 1. 1 means integral of 1 is t. You are integrating with respect to t. So minus 2 into integral of 1 is t. Minus 2 is a constant. So minus 2 times t plus, again you have a constant term because you are doing the integration. So you will be getting a constant c. Isn't it? So ln x or log x is equal to minus 2 times t plus c. C where c is a constant. Okay. Now take e to the power on both sides. Take e to the power on both sides. So e raised to ln x is equal to e raised to minus 2 times t plus c. So what is e to the power ln x? What is e raised to log x? E raised to log x is same as x, isn't it? E raised to log x, e raised to log x is same as x. Okay, so we can write it as x is equal to e raised to minus 2 times t plus c. Okay, or we can write e raised to minus 2 times t into e raised to c. What is e raised to c? E raised to c is again a constant because c is a constant. Okay, so e raised to minus 2 times t into e raised to c. Into e raised to c means e raised to c is again a constant. So we can write as e raised to minus 2 times t into c. So c into e raised to minus 2 times t. We can write it like that. Okay, so what is the final solution? Final solution you will get it as x is equal to c into a constant into e raised to minus 2 times t. Because e raised to minus 2 times t plus c, this plus c is on the exponential part. Okay, so minus 2 times t plus c is equal to e raised to minus 2t into e raised to c. Okay, into e raised to c. E raised to c is again a constant, which we can call it as again a constant c. So c into e raised to minus 2 times t. So what is the solution? Solution x is equal to a constant into e raised to minus 2 times t. A constant into e raised to minus 2 times t. So this is very simple method of finding out the solution of a linear differential equation. Because we can separate the term. Why we can separate the term? Because here f and g, they are both constant. Here f and g, they are both constant. 1 second. I am getting a call. Please wait. Hello. Alvin's class എടുത്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുക. എക്സാം ഡ്യൂട്ടിയിലുള്ളവരോടും അജയ് സാർ ക്ലാസ് എടുത്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കാം. അഡ്മിഷൻ ഡ്യൂട്ടിയിലുള്ളവരോടൊന്ന് പറയാമോ? ഞാൻ 10:15 വരും. Students, is it audible? Students, is it audible? Can you hear? Okay. Okay. So this is a very simple method of finding the differential equation, solution of a differential equation. Let us find out in MATLAB. Okay. So this same example we will see. The same example we will see dx by dt plus 2 times x is equal to 0. We will find out the solution in MATLAB. Okay. As you can see here, I am defining dx by dt or x of t because x is a function of t here, isn't it? X is a function of t here. So x of t, I am defining it as a symbolic variable in MATLAB. X of t, I am defining it as a symbolic variable in MATLAB. So that is why I am using SYMS, sims is a function. Okay, so you can represent x of t because x of t is a function. Okay, you can represent it as a symbolic variable. Symbolic means you can find out the exact value. So actually in MATLAB, say for example, pi value is actually 3.14. That all of you know, pi value. But the 3.14 is actually an approximation of the pi value. 3.14 is actually an approximated value of pi, isn't it? So every decimal value, the MATLAB will be approximating and displaying it to you. 0.133. Actually, it is 0.1333333 like that, a decimal number. But you are getting only 0.13 or 0.14. It's actually an approximation. But when you are declaring a variable using symbolic variable or using sims, okay, you will get the exact value. You will get the exact rational representation. So the actual representation of pi is actually pi, not 3.14. Isn't it? So you will get the exact representation of that particular variable or the exact value of that particular variable. Okay, so no approximation is done when you use sims. Sims is actually a symbolic representation. Okay, so suppose square root of 2. Root of 2, you will be getting some decimal value. Some floating point value, but actually root of 2 in sims, if we are using sims in MATLAB, it will be displayed as 2 raised to 1 by 2. What is 2 raised to 1 by 2? 2 raised to 1 by 2 is actually root 2, isn't it? So that's a representation. That's a symbolic representation. Okay, so here also we are going for the sims. So using this sims, you are representing x of t. X of t is actually x is a function of t, that you know, because we are going to do this particular example. Dx by dt, here this example, dx by dt plus 2x is equal to 0. Here x is a function of t, and ultimately we are going to find out the solution x, isn't it? So dx by dt plus 2x is equal to 0. That is the equation. So dx by dt plus 2x is equal to 0. So that equation you need to implement. Okay. So how can you do that? Okay. Now I can use my x. So dx by dt using diff function. What is differential? What is differential? So differential of x comma t. That means dx by dt. That is the meaning. Differential of x comma t means dx by dt. Okay, then plus 2x is equal to 0. Okay, so this is the equation. So I am creating a variable equation. EQN stands for equation. I am creating a variable equation. Equation equal to differential of x comma t. That means dx by dt plus 2x is equal to 0. The same equation you are finding here. Here you can see dx by dt plus 2x equal to 0. Okay, so here while writing the equation as such, while writing the equation as such, you need to write as equal to, not a simple equal to, because this entire thing is an equation. So for writing this particular equation as such, you need to write equal to 0, not a single equal to. Okay, that is the difference. So you are putting this particular equation into a variable eqn. Now you are going to evaluate for an initial condition. So suppose in the question it is given an initial condition. What do you mean by an initial condition? That means some hint is given or some clue is given. That means anyway you want to find out the value of x. X is equal to some solution you need to find out. But it may be a general solution. It may be a general solution. As we have seen in this, this is a general solution, isn't it? X is equal to constant into e raised to minus 2 times t. X is equal to constant into e raised to minus 2 times t. This is a general solution. Why? Because there is a constant c. There is a constant c. This is a general solution. But suppose the value of the function at any point is given. Suppose x is the function and x is dependent on t. Okay, now suppose x of 0 is given. X of 0 means what? At value 0, at t equal to 0, the x value is given. Once again I repeat, Here t is the independent variable. In this problem, t is the independent variable. Suppose the initial condition is also given. That means initial condition means the function value or the value of the function at any point. Okay, at some point is given. Okay, so suppose x of 0 is given. X of 0 means what? Suppose x of 0 equal to 2. What is the meaning? X of 0 equal to 2. What is the meaning? At t equal to 0, your function value is 2. Your x value is 2 at t equal to 0. That is the meaning. Okay, so here in this question, it is given that x of 0 meaning at t equal to 0, the value of x is 1. So you are putting the initial condition. Again, you need to put it equal to, not a single equal to. Okay, so you are putting x of 0 equal to 1 and you are assigning this initial condition to a variable called COND. A variable called COND or condition variable. Okay, so x of 0 equal to 1 is our condition. That means at value t equal to 0, the value of the function is 1. That is the meaning. Now you want to solve this particular equation. You have written your equation. Now you want to solve the equation. How can you find out the solution? Using DSolve. Using DSolve of EQN. That is equation, comma, condition. So you need to put both the equation as well as the condition. You need to put both the equation as well as the condition. Then you will get the solution. I hope this is clear. Okay. Now, suppose I want to plot the solution. Now I got the solution. I want to plot the solution. Okay. So what will you do? You know the solution is e raised to minus 2 times t. You calculated it manually now. So you know the solution is a constant times e raised to minus 2 times t. You know it is dependent upon the value t. Solution is dependent on t. So in order to plot the solution, you can have the t value range. Okay, suppose I am taking the t value range as 0, 0.05, 10. This is the t value range I am taking. 0 to 10. 0 is the initial value, 10 is the final value of t, 0.05 is the increment of t. Okay, now I have my t. Now I need to convert. Okay, so this solution is in symbolic representation. So please understand that this solution, SOLN, solution is in symbolic representation. So in this, you need to convert this. You need to convert this solution from symbolic to numeric variable. Once again, I repeat, this solution initially you have created as symbolic. So you need to convert this solution into a numeric value or a numeric variable. Okay, in order to convert it into a numeric variable, you are converting using subs, SUBS, subs function of solution. Okay, so you are converting the symbolic variable into a numeric type variable. Then only you can plot that. Then you give the plot. So don't forget this step. Then only you can plot the function. I hope this is clear. Now, after plot, you can give the title. I have given the title as response of first order differential equation. Response of first order differential equation. Title I have given for the figure, and X label. X label is labeling the X axis. So you can create your own title and X label. X label I have given it as time or time text like that. Okay. So X label and title I have given for the plot. Now I am going to plot this. Okay. So when I plot this, you get a curve like this. Why you are getting a curve like this? This is an exponential curve. See this is an exponential curve. Why you are getting an exponential curve? You are getting an exponential curve because you are plotting e raised to minus 2 times t. What is the solution of this particular equation? E raised to minus 2 times t. So you will be getting an exponential curve. e raised to minus 2 times t, not e raised to plus 2 times t. E raised to minus 2t. So you will be getting a decreasing exponential, a decreasing or decaying exponential, not an increasing exponential. You will be getting a decreasing exponential. Why? Because you are plotting e raised to minus 2t, not e raised to plus 2t. Okay, you can find out the solution in the command window also. Let me do that. Let's type SOLN, that is your solution. Okay, here you can see e raised to minus 2 times t. This is the solution. E raised to minus 2 times t. There will not be the constant term. Why? Because you have already put the initial condition. So depending upon the initial condition, the constant value can change. Okay, here there is no constant term. Okay, if you put another condition, if you put another initial condition, here you will be getting another constant before this. Some value, some 3 into e raised to minus 2 times t. So since this is an exponential curve, this is a decaying or decreasing exponential curve, and you are plotting. I hope this is clear. Okay, when you do this in MATLAB, you must make sure that you have to plot very clearly. That means when you are going for a plot in MATLAB, okay, you must plot it as in black color, not in blue color. Now I have shown in blue color graph. Okay, you must plot in black color thick. Line width also you must increase. Why you are increasing the line width? For more clarity. Otherwise it won't be seen in blue color that much. Okay, so you must enter it in, the plot function must be entered in black color, and the line width should be increased also. Then only you can view that in a better way. I have plotted it as a normal way, but you need to plot it in the other way that we have already discussed in the previous classes. I hope this is clear. Okay. Now this is some other examples. Okay, you can have your own examples. Since y of t, again I am going for another example. So here next I am going for another example. Dy by dt equal to ty. This is the second example I am taking. Dy by dt equal to ty. Dy by dt equal to ty. Again you can put it as an equation. Again you can put it as an equation. Here y is a function and t is the independent variable. T is the independent variable. Dy by dt equal to ty. So how can you do that? Using the same. Here y of t using since, because t is the independent variable. Then I am differentiating dy by dt. Dy by dt equal to. You must put double equal to t times y. That means this is your entire equation. Dy by dt equal to t into y. And you are putting it as a into a variable ordinary differential equation, ODE. You are putting into a variable ODE. You can create your own variable. And now you have given the condition. What is the condition? Y of 0 equal to 2. Because you are creating it as y of t. So you can access y of 0 equal to 2. That is the initial condition. Then using D solve, you have to solve this. I think this is clear. Now you will be getting the solution. Okay. Let me run this. So you can see the output here. Solution of the differential equation is 2 into e raised to t square. This is t raised to 2 or t square by 2. That is the solution. 2 into e raised to t square by 2. That is the solution. You can try out many more examples. I have tried out simple few examples. Okay. You can try your own examples. So next example I have taken dy by dt plus y the whole square equal to 1. Dy by dt plus y the whole square equal to 1. And initial condition also I have specified y of 0 equal to 0. Okay. So I am writing this equation as such, dy by dt plus y the whole square. Okay. So here, please look at this, dy by dt plus y the whole square. Whole square means raised to 2. Dy by dt plus y raised to 2. equal to 1. Okay, you have put the initial condition also. You are solving it using dsolve. Okay, now we are going to run that. So you'll be getting here there is a multiple solution. One solution is e raised to minus t minus 1. The another solution is 1 minus e raised to minus t. Multiple solutions are there. Okay. Next, another example. Okay, next we will go to second order differential equation. Similar fashion you can solve using dsolve itself. Second order differential equation. So this is a second order differential equation. Hope you can see this. D square y by dx square. This is second order. The order is 2. D square y by dx square is equal to cos 2x minus y. And the initial conditions are also given. Y of 0 equal to 1 and y dash of 0 equal to 0. D square y by dx square is equal to cos 2x minus y is your differential equation, and you have given the initial condition y of 0 equal to 1 and y dash of 0 equal to 0. Y dash, what do you mean by y dash? Y dash is actually differential of y. Isn't it? Y dash is actually differential of y. Y of 0 you have given and differential of y also you have given as the initial condition. So you need to incorporate both the initial condition in your equation. Okay. See how can we do that. So for second order differential equation, you need to find out differential of dy by dx. Okay, d square y by dx square. That is the term. D square y by dx square. So this is a second order. So you create you have to put 2 inside the bracket, because this is not dy by dx, it is actually d square y by dx square. Okay, so you need to put at 2 since it is a second order. So you are doing the differentiation d square y by dx square. So y comma x comma 2 is there. Okay, for the second order. Then you are writing the equation is equal to cos 2x minus y. Equal to cos 2x minus y. Now, the initial conditions. What are the initial condition? What's the condition 1? Condition 1 is y of 0 equal to 1. What is the condition 2? Condition 2 is differential of y. Y dash of 0 equal to 0. That was the condition 2. Here, the condition 2 is y dash of 0 equal to 0. This is the second condition. Y dash of 0. What do you mean by y dash? Y dash differential of y. What do you mean by y dash? Differential of y. So I have created dy as the differential of y initially. So here you can see dy as the differential of y. I have already found out the differential of y and put it into a variable dy. Okay, so dy of 0 equal to 0. Dy of 0 equal to 0. That means y dash of 0 equal to 0 as a second initial condition. Now you can club these two conditions. You can club these two conditions. In a square bracket, you can put it as an array. In a square bracket, you can put it in as an array. Condition 1 and condition 2. So you are clubbing this. Condition 1 and condition 2 as CONDS conditions. Okay. Now we are solving dsolve the ordinary differential equation, comma conditions. You are incorporating both the conditions. Okay, so for second order differential equation, you may be getting some complex expressions. So in order to simplify that, you can use simplify. In order to simplify the expression, you can use the keyword simplify. Okay, now we will see what is our solution. Here the solution is 1 minus 8 into sin x by 2 raised to 4 by 3. So that is a solution. Okay, here you can find out the value. Once you get the solution, you are getting the solution, isn't it? You can find out the value of the function at any point. So here function is y of x. Here what is the function? Y of x. So at any point, at any value of x, you can find out the y value once you got the solution. Because you are getting y. Because you are getting y at the command window. This is actually y, isn't it? This is actually y. 1 minus, this is a solution. Solution means y value. 1 minus 8 into sin x by 2 raised to 4 by 3. This is the y value. So you can put the x value, some x value, and you can find out that y value. So you can find out the function value at any point of the independent variable. Hope this is clear. Okay. Now this is another expression, another example. Second example, you can see here. Second example, d square x by dt square plus 2 dx by dt. D square x by dt square plus 2 into dx by dt plus 2x is equal to e raised to minus t. This is the second order differential equation. So here also d square x by dt square. T is the independent variable. T is the independent variable. You must solve and find the value of x. You must solve and find the value of x. Here T is the independent variable. So similar fashion you can solve that also. No need to explain this. Ordinary differential equation diff of y of x plus 2y is equal to 6. Sorry, not this one. This one. Differential of x comma t comma 2. You are using second order. Second order plus 2 into diff of x comma t. That means 2 into dx by dt plus 2x equal to e raised to minus t. E raised to minus t is exp of minus t. So this is the full equation. D square x by dt square plus 2 into dx by dt plus 2x equal to e raised to minus t. Exp of minus t. This is the complete equation. So now you can solve this. No initial condition is given. Okay, so no initial condition is given, so you can solve this equation and you can simplify that. Okay, so let me check what happens. See here, some constant terms are there. Solution is e raised to minus t into C7 into cos t. C7, what is C7? This is actually a constant. Okay, this is a general solution because we have not specified the initial condition. So this is a constant, C7. The C8 is another constant. So this is the complete solution. C7 into cos t plus C8 into sin t plus 1. The whole into e raised to minus t. So that is the general solution. Since we are not specifying the initial condition, we are getting constants here. If we specify the initial condition, they will find out the constant value. They will find out the constant value and then it will evaluate the solution. That will be a specific solution, not a general solution. I hope this is clear.